Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 54th Annual Bronx Ball. We will begin our evening with an invocation led by Reverend Dr. Kanye Ray Eaton, Senior Pastor of Fellowship Covenant Church.
Let's open up this evening together with a word of prayer. Would you bow your head with me? King of heaven, we gather on this spring evening to express our gratitude for what you've done and for what you're doing and for what you will do in this mighty borough of the Bronx. We're grateful for the powerful people who were born here, moved here, migrated here, or made this borough their home. And we praise you for the visionary women and men who lead this borough with clarity, commitment, and integrity. Thank you for this gathering of those who love the Bronx and want the very best for its residents. And it's for this that we pray tonight. Remember us, O Lord, when you make the last first and the first last. Make the Bronx first. First in high school matriculation rates, and first in healthy babies born to Black and brown parents. First in home ownership and indicators of physical health. Make us first in flourishing families. Make us first in the category of those who are able to earn a living wage. Make us first, God, as a safe borough for children to grow up in, one in which seniors can thrive. Remember us, O Lord. Remember those who lived in the buildings that burned this week and in all the weeks that came before. Please provide for them all that they need and give us beauty in place of ashes, in accordance with your word. Remember the little girl whose 5-year-old body was grazed by a bullet. Remember our children. Keep them safe on streets, in school buildings, on subways, and in stairwells. Protect their futures and lead them along the paths of peace and prosperity. Remember our business owners and inspire them to give us their best. Bless them to prosper as they serve the needs of the communities in which they're situated. Remember our elected officials. Give them your wisdom, your knowledge, and understanding so they can work towards solutions to the complex issues that we face. Remember our borough and our borough president. Grant her your grace to deal with the multiplicity of issues that are presented daily. Grant her your peace to rest and be replenished so she can start again another day. Grant her your strength to bear the weight of leadership with faith and hope and holy optimism. Lord, please bless all that we eat and that we are eating, even as we pray, as well as our time together tonight. Let our laughter and our enjoyment fuel and fill us for the struggles that await. In the name of the one who makes the last first and the first last, we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Dr. Kanye Ray Eaton. And now, performing the U.S. National Anthem, welcome to the stage, the Bronx's very own Diane Arroyo. And everyone, please rise.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we march were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs burst in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled Thank you.
Thank you, Diane Arroyo. To introduce our MC, please welcome Julius Drake, Director of Development for the Bronx Tourism Council.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Down, down, down. Cause all I do is win, win, win.
Yes, tonight, all I do is win. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 54th Annual Bronx Ball, one of the signature events at Bronx Week, where we come together to celebrate culture, excellence, and the spirit of our borough. Tonight, thank you. Tonight, it's my pleasure to introduce someone who truly represents the energy and the pride of the Bronx. He's an Emmy Award-winning journalist, a trusted voice in our community, and someone who has continuously used his platform to uplift and celebrate our borough. Please join me in welcoming tonight's Master of Ceremonies, ABC7 Eyewitness News anchor, Pedro Rivera.
Puerto Rico. Toma. Pronto llegará el día de mi suerte. Te lo juro por mi gente. Te juro que un día.
How's everyone doing? We can do better. How's everyone doing? All right, good. Guys, good evening. Thank you guys so much for having me. Ladies, gentlemen, esteemed guests, I am so happy to be here emceeing tonight. It is truly an honor to gather with you all for what is a truly magnificent event. We're celebrating greatness, culture, the spirit of the beloved Bronx, and I could see the representation in the room from Mott Haven to Westchester Square, Soundview to University. How amazing is this, guys? It really does fill my heart with immense pride to serve as your MC tonight. I'm gonna guide you through this evening of celebration as we pay homage to our honorees. We also want to extend a sincere thank you to Bally's Golf Links for hosting us tonight. How beautiful is this venue? And there's a lot of change coming to this place, by the way. Probably one of the last big events that we see here before all the construction happens, which I know many people are excited about. We all know the Bronx is more than just a borough. It's a mosaic of stories and dreams and culture, ambition. It's where communities come together, where creativity thrives, and where generations continue to inspire the world. And tonight, we proudly celebrate that. There's a couple housekeeping things I want to go over. Please remember to download the Bronx Walk of Fame app. It's on your phone, very easy. Wherever you get your apps from, download it. Also, the Instagram, check it out, Bronx Tourism. And one very important note, we got to keep it down, all right? This team has worked really hard to put this event together, and the honorees, we want to hear from them as well. So let's just make sure whenever someone's up here speaking, we just pay attention and give them the respect they deserve. Trust me, I want you all to network and meet new people. We will get to all of that, of course. Also, the celebration continues with a program on the veranda out in the back. So please stay after this is all over, dance, have a good time, enjoy yourselves. We have live music, of course, from the band Everything Cover Band. Thank you guys so much in the back, great music. How about DJ Spinfo? Can we get an applause for DJ Spinfo here? Award-winning Sankofa, owner of Sankofa Social Club in Mott Haven. Please check it out. Doing a great job. And then afterwards, we have DJ King Louie, who's going to be closing out the events for us for the official after party. That's when I can finally have a glass of wine. So I'm excited about that. Before we begin tonight's program, I do want to extend a heartfelt gratitude to our sponsors. Their generosity and unwavering support really made this happen tonight. We're going to watch a video in just a few minutes about that, about the sponsors and what they do for us, because it really was them who brought this to fruition. You guys remember This was not going to happen. Bronx Week was not going to be a thing, and it was the sponsors and the city that stepped up to make this happen. And imagine what it would be like if we can't celebrate the best of the Bronx. Oftentimes you watch the news, and I got called out tonight. I was told, hey, the news always talks about the negative stuff in the Bronx. Well, this is the positive, and we want to make sure we're highlighting stuff like this too. We have to. It's important. Of course, events like this, it really is a village that makes it happen. None of this would be possible without the incredible efforts of the Office of the Bronx Borough President, the Bronx Tourism Council, the Bronx Economic Development Corporation, and the dedicated team at E218 Events Management. Thank you guys so much. Amazing hosts, by the way. A special thanks to Rhonda James and the entire team working to ensure that this event goes on perfectly for you. So let's officially begin the evening. I want you all, if you have a drink in front of you, no matter what it is, let's raise our glasses to the Bronx, to its unity, culture, resilience, and this year's theme, Bronx Lead. Cheers. Now, I want to put a video here. I want to show you our sponsors who made it happen. That casino looked nice. Nice looking casino. Thank you so much to our sponsors. Before we continue tonight's ceremony, I would like to take a quick moment to honor the memory of the late John Sterling, legendary New York Yankees announcer and former recipient of the Key to the Borough. Yankee fans in the building? Yankee fans? If somebody could tell me the score right now, because I hope we're beating the Mets. We're playing them right now in the Subway Series, so let me know if we're winning or not. But yeah, John Sterling's iconic voice and remarkable career, it brought so much joy to us all. There was nothing better than after a Yankees win, hearing him go, "The Yankees win," the greatest thing to hear after a game. He really did bring 1-0 Yankees. That's what I like to hear right there. He brought joy to generations of baseball fans, and his connection to the Bronx and Yankee Stadium made him a beloved part of this borough's history. So if we could just really quickly, all the way in the back to the front, if we could just take a quick moment of silence for John Sterling. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce the 14th Bronx Borough President, Vanessa Gibson, to the stage.
Yes. I know the Bronx is in the building. Y'all can do better than that. Make some more noise for the Bronx Borough President.
All right. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Buenas noches a todos. Bienvenidos. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Bronx Week. Yes, we are still in Bronx Week 2026, folks. And it is such an honor to be here with all of you tonight at our annual Bronx Ball celebration. Make some noise. First, let me give a heartfelt thank you to our amazing MC for the night, Emmy Award-winning journalist and Bronx native, Pedro Rivera of WABC7. We love you, Pedro. Thank you so much for lending your voice to tonight's festivities and for always bringing that Bronx flavor wherever you go. Congratulations, and thank you for being with us tonight. You are truly a son of the borough, and we are so proud to have you back home with us tonight. I also would like to thank our partners at the Bronx Tourism Council, including Julius Drake, our Director of Development. Thank you, Julius, for all of your great work. To Winston Peters, our President of the Bronx Economic Development Corporation, Chief of Staff, Louis Garcia, and our board chairwoman, Kathy Zemachansky. Thank you to all the BXEDC members. To Rafael Roger, the president of the Business Initiative Corporation of New York. Thank you to Bickney and to all of the staff and board members for all of your collective work over the past 2 weeks. Together, our offices are so proud to make this year's Bronx Week bigger, better, and more Bronx than ever before, right? A special thank you also to our host for this year's Bronx Ball tonight, the Bally's Corporation. Give it up for them. Right here at Bally's at Ferry Point, they have been amazing community partners, as this space that we are currently occupying today will soon be the home to a major economic development project that will bring 15,000 new union jobs and opportunities and hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue to this great borough. Isn't that amazing? Thank you, Bally's. The Bally's team have been phenomenal in their continued investment and support in our borough in the future of the Bronx, and a special plug to the Bally's Foundation for coming in to save Preston High School. It matters to all the Preston alumni out there. So thank you to all of our sponsors and our media partners who all stood and walked with us to make this event and Bronx Week possible. Thank you so much for believing in the Bronx and for helping us to highlight why our borough is a premier tourist destination and the best place to live and work and raise our families and do business. I want to take a moment of opportunity to acknowledge all of my elected officials and colleagues in government and so many of our guests who have joined us tonight. So if you can, please hold your applause until I finish. We have a lot of people who are here tonight, but let me start by recognizing our New York City Comptroller, Mark Levine, New York State Assembly Speaker, Carl E. Hasty, Bronx District Attorney, Darcel Clark, New York State Senator, Jamal T. Bailey, New York State Senator, Natalia Fernandez, Assemblywoman Carinez Reyes, Assemblywoman Emarita Torres, Councilmember Kevin C. Riley, Councilmember Althea Stevens, Councilmember Amanda Farias, Councilmember Shirley Aldebo, our Supreme Court Justice and Supervising Judge of Bronx Criminal Court, Judge Yadira Gonzalez Taylor, Supreme Court Judge John Howard Algarin, Supreme Court Justice Bianca Perez, our Bronx Public Administrator Danielle Powell Riley, our Bronx Parks Commissioner Jasenia Oponte, on behalf of the Office of the Governor of this great state, Kathy Hochul, we recognize Kathleen McCadden Benjamin. On behalf of our Mayor Zoran Mamdani, we recognize Jelani DeShong. I also want to acknowledge our Bronx Borough historian Angel Hernandez. I want to acknowledge former Bronx Borough presidents. Number 9, Bob Abrams, is in the house. The 12th Borough President, Adolfo Carrion Jr. Our 13th Bronx Borough President, Ruben Diaz Jr. Love it. Our former New York City Public Schools Chancellor, Dr. Misha Porter. And we have past Bronx Walk of Fame inductees with us today. We have Gary Axelbank of Bronx Talk, of Bronxnet Television. We also have Grandmaster Kaz of the Cold Crush Brothers. Grandmaster Melly Mel, thank you for being here. To our president and CEO of the Bronx Chamber of Commerce, the Bronx Means Business, Lisa Soren. And I want to personally acknowledge friends and my sisters at the Greater Bronx chapter of the Links Incorporated. Thank you for joining us tonight. And to each and every one of you, thank you so much. Now, a round of applause. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are here tonight to celebrate, but to honor the very best of the Bronx. Those who represent the spirit, the strength, the resilience, and the soul of our borough. Please join me in congratulating this year's 2026 Bronx Walk of Fame inductees. Let's give them a round of applause. First, we want to recognize Darren DeWitt Henson, a change maker and trailblazer whose leadership, passion, and commitment to service truly reflect the very best of our borough. Let's recognize Darlene Rodriguez, an award-winning journalist, trusted storyteller, and Bronxnet alum who has spent decades delivering the news with passion, with grace, integrity, professionalism, and heart. Let's recognize Lenny Santiago, Lenny S. Iconic music executive and creative visionary whose eye for talent and dedication to culture have helped to shape the soundtrack of a generation. Let's recognize Roberto Phantom Escaño, a digital creator and entertainer with unstoppable energy, whose creativity, humor, and authenticity have taken the internet by storm. And this year's People's Choice Award winner in culinary arts and everyone's friend, Jimmy Rodriguez. Jimmy has built a legacy for over 40 years that goes far beyond restaurants alone. He helped to make Puerto Rican food visible in the Bronx. He celebrated and was central to New York City's dining culture. Now, how many of you went to Jimmy's Cafe when it was on Fordham? Yeah. What about Con Sofrito in Westchester Square? Yeah. What about Don Coqui? We had a couple of spots. And now, how many of you are still going to Sobro Garden today? All right, down in Mott Haven. Jimmy's legacy speaks for itself and is truly a testament to the resilience of our small businesses, our entrepreneurs, and our restaurateurs in the Bronx. Through Jimmy's culinary work, he not only served memorable, delicious food, but he also created spaces that celebrated our culture. It brought communities together
and it showed the city, the vibrancy, the flavor, and the energy of our borough. Congratulations again to Jimmy and all of our Walk of Fame inductees for 2026. This well-deserved honor and recognition, each of you has shown the world what it means to come from the Bronx, and you've carried that pride with you, each of you, wherever you go. Your journeys remind us that Bronx stories don't just inspire, but they lead. We are so proud of each and every one of you, and we are so grateful for your contributions to our borough. One more round of applause for our Bronx Walk of Fame 2026 inductees. Shh. For 2 weeks, folks, not 1 week, 2 weeks, we have been celebrating all things Bronx. We started off with our kickoff Bronx Week press conference at Storyland, the first ever children's book haven in the nation. Shout out to Executive Director Sulma Alsu Brown. Thank you, Sulma, for opening your doors to us. We are bringing back literacy one dope book at a time. We also recognize our youth at the annual Soapbox Derby in the Northeast Bronx in District 11. We hosted an old school skate party, and it was a tribute to Skate Key. Shout out to Bronx River Community Center. We had a hip-hop silent disco last night at the new site of the Bronx Hip Hop Museum right next to Mill Pond Park. Thank you, Ruben Diaz Jr., our Board of Trustees chairman. Hip hop every day, all day, right here in the Bronx. We had a prom dress and tuxedo giveaway. We serve hundreds of young people who are graduating this year. Folks, class of 2026, we are proud of our kids. We had a career and a job fair. We had a veteran celebration. Shout out to all of our veterans. And so much more. Under our theme this year, The Bronx Leads. This theme is a celebration. It's a declaration of culture, of leadership, of pride, of resilience that define our borough each and every day. The Bronx is the birthplace of hip-hop and home to world-renowned cultural institutions and influential colleges and universities. We are a borough shaped by diverse communities and hard-working families. We are the greenest borough with Pelham Bay Park, beautiful parks and open spaces and green spaces. The Bronx has always helped to shape the story of our great city. From pandemic recovery to community rebuilding to economic growth. We have come so far, folks, and together we will keep going. We will keep showing up for our borough. We will keep leading the way, because when the Bronx leads, the rest of the city follows. Don't you agree? That is why tonight we are so proud to present the key to the borough to our former Bronx Borough President and former New York State Attorney General, number 9, the Honorable Bob Abrams. Congratulations, Bob, well deserved. He is the visionary behind the return of Bronx Day, which would later grow into the Bronx Week that we celebrate today. Bob and his team, including Professor Lloyd Oltan, our borough historian emeritus, I want to acknowledge and honor, saw the need for us to have a celebration where we can showcase our borough's pride, loud and unapologetic. Thank you, Bob Abrams, for your leadership and for sowing the seeds of a movement that continues to elevate our borough today. Thank you. Thank you, number 9. A true example of leadership that leaves a lasting legacy. Now, we are also proud to present this year's Bronx Tourism Awards to 2 phenomenal cultural institutions. The Bronx Children's Museum. We love you. We thank you. and Pregones Theater, the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater. Congratulations. Both of these institutions are cultural gems in our borough, doing incredible work to drive tourism and ensure that families and our children have access to high-quality culture and recreational experiences. They were recently inducted into the New York City's prestigious Cultural Institutions Group, also called SIGS, which has not inducted a Bronx organization in 47 years. That is a big deal. Congratulations, Bronx Children's Museum and Pregones Theater, the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater. You are showing the world that everything people love about New York, the arts, culture, energy, and history begins right here in the Bronx. Now, we have always been the blueprint, folks, and we continue to set that standard for the rest of this city. The revival of Bronx Day under Borough President Bob Abrams reaffirmed something that this city needed to remember. If you give the Bronx a moment, we will turn it into a movement. Bronx Week continues to grow stronger every year because all of you are a part of it. We keep adding culture and our unstoppable Bronx spirit. That is why the Bronx leads. We lead because the borough never waits for permission, but yet we set the pace. And as we carry this celebration forward, let's keep making it bigger, bolder, and more Bronx than ever before. Let us continue to expand our engagement, further our footprint, and increase our impact. I look forward to joining all of you as we close out Bronx Week on tomorrow, Sunday, May 17th, with our Children's Parade along Marshall Parkway, Food and Arts Festival, and our finale concert featuring amazing artists, but a special performance by none other than Bronx native, Grammy-nominated rapper, 2022 Bronx Walk of Fame inductee, Remy Ma. We are excited. And once Bronx Week concludes, folks, we still are celebrating our borough with FIFA World Cup, the anniversary of America, and the return of our summer concert series at Orchard Beach. And the new pavilion project that I have to acknowledge, number 13, Ruben Diaz Jr., for giving the first $10 million of your capital to start the pavilion project. That's leadership, folks. So again, ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, thank you all for being here tonight and for helping us to honor the past, uplift the present, and help to shape the future. Congratulations to our inductees and award recipients, and most importantly, happy Bronx Week. Gracias a todos. Thank you so much, everyone.
When Jesus said yes, nobody can say no.
Let's give another round of applause to Bronx Borough President Vanessa Gibson, everyone. So much going on in this borough. By the way, May 29th, Bronx Community College, our graduates are walking across the stage. Let's give a round of applause for all the graduates we have representing the Bronx. We now have a special performance for you as we continue. Food is starting to come out now. Thank you to all the waiters and the staff here who are making this happen. We appreciate everything you're doing for us tonight. We want to have a special performance now. We're going to bring to the stage Cueva Ernest, a multidisciplinary artist who merges contemporary dance and theater and sound to create immersive performances and experiences. His choreography and films have been presented locally, internationally, the Jamaica Dance Festival. It's been in Italy, all over, and also BAD as well. BAD, of course, the Bronx Academy of Arts and Dance. So let's give a round of applause and welcome to the stage, Cueva Ernest.
They say love me, you put me Chanel. 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 Say love me, you put me Chanel.
Let's give it up for Quavo Ernest, everybody.
These niggas about to make a whole lot of money. These niggas make a whole lot of money.
How impressive was that? I would have broke my back if I tried to do some of those flips. It is time now to recognize our honorees. Our honorees, guys. That's what we're here for. Our first inductee introduced into the Bronx Walk of Fame, actor, choreographer, producer, author, Darren DeWitt Henson. You know his work over the years, from Stomp the Yard, the TV series Soul Food. I remember the Bye 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 dance he helped choreograph. I mean, amazing work. He really is a legend in the business. Presenting the award is April Horton, the Director of State Government Affairs at Verizon. April.
Girl, we ain't got no time to lose. Time's a wasting.
Thank you. Good evening. I'm gonna need y'all to be quiet because I'm from the Bronx and Darren deserves his flowers. So I'm gonna need y'all to really be quiet. All right, thank you. So, good evening, everyone, and on behalf of Verizon, it's truly an honor to help recognize a Bronx native whose talent, creativity, and dedication have inspired audiences around the world. I know y'all see each other every day because I see y'all a lot in the streets. So if y'all could give me this 1 to 2 minutes just to listen to really Darren's accomplishments. Y'all can have all the drinks, all the food y'all want, but if you could listen, I would be greatly appreciative. And if somebody's talking, y'all should tell your neighbor, like, hold on a second. Like, we want to hear about Darren. So, Darren DeWitt Henson is a multi-talented American artist known for his versatility in acting, producing, and choreography. He has made significant contributions to various fields within the entertainment industry. Darren is best known for his roles in films like The Express, Stomp the Yard, Tekken, and Netflix Black Bear. His diverse range as an actor has garnered him praise and nominations for the International AMAA Award in Africa for his role in the South African film Zulu Wedding. Darren is also a series cast member recipient for Best TV Series, Drama NAACP Image Award, and the Soul Food series. Who watched Soul Food series? Let's give Darren a round of applause for that Soul Food series. And one-time nominated author for his book entitled Intimate Thoughts and the Spirit of Change, which y'all should all go out and cop that. Henson is the MTV Award recipient for his choreography and creating NSYNC's Bye Bye Bye. I know all of y'all was up there like, bye, bye, bye. Yeah, I know. Henson can be seen on Starz Double Cross and on Netflix The Family Business series, which is in season 6. Tonight, we are proud to welcome him to the Bronx Walk of Fame. Congratulations, Darren DeWitt Henson.
Back to 600, get crazy. Sing it out of Queens, got money on lock. Strapped with the Glock, running up in your spot.
But if it wasn't for the Bronx, this rap-ish probably never would be going on. So tell me where you from.
Uptown, baby. We gets down, baby. I'm for the crown, baby.
Now if it wasn't for the Bronx, this rap-ish probably never would be going on. So tell me where you from.
Uptown, baby. We gets down, baby.
Good evening, everyone. How are you? Hola, ¿cómo está mi gente? Okay. Claro que sí. Some people are sitting there going, no puede ser. God bless you all. You know, a lot of times I think if God was outside of this door and he walked in, What would we say? What would we do? And what would he think? So I'm gonna start off with this just for a moment. I wanna tell you a little story about a guy who grew up on Noble Avenue about 15 minutes from here. This young man at 5 years old was inspired by music, the Jackson 5, James Brown, Soul Train, American Bandstand. That's what he had growing up. This young kid went to CS 47. He grew up about 5 minutes from Bronx River. The older he got, the more he understood that hip hop was a language that was being spoken. You had brothers like Grandmaster Melly Mel, Grandmaster Kaz, I used to listen to. The interesting thing about this young boy named Darren was, at 5 years old, he got put out of his house because he grew up in a single-parent home, and his mother did the best she could. Then she had to move from one house to the next house. So at 9 years old, they were put out again. But what he knew he had was music and dance that spoke for him, and his ability to read. So he read and he danced. From CS 47, he went to public school 125 on Pugsley Avenue. From Pugsley Avenue, the last time he got put out of his house, he was 13 years old. And when he was 13 years old and he was watching his mother cry, he realized that he would never live his life that again. So he would ask more of himself than anybody could ever ask of him. So he showed up before other people showed up. He read until he fell asleep. He practiced his dance steps that the whole world would know in his bedroom in the Bronx. He worked at Orchard Beach. He did these things with pride. He used to walk around the street looking for cardboard boxes to spin on when he was learning how to dance. Little did he know later on, he would create one of the biggest dance steps in the world, Ain't No Lie, Bye Bye Bye. Little did he know he would work with Michael Jackson, Prince, George Michael, Lisa, all of these people, J-Lo, Enrique Iglesias. I created Bailamos. I created Love Don't Cost a Thing for J-Lo. Lisa, Let the Beat Hit 'Em. CNC Music Factory, Things That Make You Go Home. ¿Entiendes? I was also on Sábado Gigante and won $2,000. I will never forget that. The reason I'm saying this to you is not to impress you, but to impress upon you. When you believe in your heart that God put you here for a purpose, can't nobody or nothing stop you. When you listen to the intent that God put on your heart, and even when people say no, you go. You know what you're doing? You going through it to grow through it so you can ultimately glow through it. And what I'm saying you is I'm standing here today, 58 years young. 58, it looks good, right, baby? It looks good. What I'm saying to you, as I'm standing here with and for my other honorees, I love you to life, and there's nothing you can do about it. I'm thankful to you, and I'm thankful for you. I'm so happy that I was born and raised in the Bronx, because wherever I go, I take the Bronx with me. I'm that dude that still wears his Timbs with his shorts. Y'all know what I'm saying. Thank you for coming out, celebrating me and the other honorees. I'm happy my mother came out today. At 77 years old, she came out, drove 3 hours to come see me. My wife is here. My attorneys are here. Let me tell you something about, and I'm gonna close on here. This man, I love him so much. Edison with the medicine. My brother right here fought for me to be here today. I love you to life. I've known this man since I was in the 4th grade. I love you. I love you. As a man of God, I love you. Everybody in here, I want you to turn. I'm gonna close with this, because most people don't know they have the resources in the room to change the world. I want you to look at the person next to you. I don't care if you came with them or if you just met them, but I want you to look at the person next to you. Look them in their eyes and say to them, it is nice to meet an original. Look them in their face and say, it is nice to meet an original. Bronx Borough President, thank you. Bob, thank you. Everybody under this roof, God bless you. Thank you.
At 21 years old, I was on Broadway. Then I was on a TV series. And then I started choreographing and got artists like Don Newkirk, SWV, Lisa, CNC Music Factory. And then in 1995, I started working with Michael Jackson. My story growing up in the Bronx, to me, was unprecedented because it was the beginning of the era of hip hop. It was one of the most exciting spaces and places to grow up in. I had a bird's eye view of the rest of the world coming from the Bronx, and the Bronx prepared me for everything. I was raised on 172nd Street, Noble Avenue, maybe 2 blocks from the Cross Bronx Expressway. Dance was a great expression for me. Hip hop, you know, the dance culture. As a person who in his teenage years found that there was great strength in expression, I found that was my calling card. My name in high school was Pop Crazy because that was the form of dancing I did, popping. I knew that there was a level of success that started to be realized very early on. I started performing. I started choreographing. My dreams came true and kept coming true. The following year, I started to work with Prince and then the Spice Girls and New Kids on the Block. There was this young girl who I thought was incredibly talented, Jennifer Lopez. And I hired Jennifer Lopez and then I kept hiring her. Then later on, when she started to get her own fame, she called me back. From one Bronx native to another Bronx native, we kept going, growing, and glowing. Getting the phone call and the email about saying that I was being honored in the Bronx Walk Hall of Fame, it's very surreal. To be acknowledged from where you were born and raised means more to me than everything. Thank you.
Bought a new 5 with the snitches for the horses. Trunk full of ammo. Keep my toes.
Let's give another round of applause for Darren. I mean, Peter Guns is sitting right there. We could have had a live performance.
But if it wasn't for the Bronx, this rap-ish probably never would be going on. So tell me where you from.
Gets down, baby. I'm for the crown, baby.
Yeah, I like it. Big Bronx energy in the building. You love to see it. Darren, thank you so much. It is our time now to introduce our second inductee. As we continue celebrating incredible talents and achievements within the Bronx community, we just, again, want to take a second to make sure we're keeping it down so we can hear them speak. We're honoring them. Let's listen to them. We want to honor an individual whose voice and journalism has informed, inspired countless viewers across New York City and well beyond that. Our second inductee, Darlene Rodriguez. Presenting this award is Marcus Crespo, Senior Vice President of Community Affairs at Montefiore.
So tell me where you from.
Uptown, baby, we gets down, baby. Before the crowd.
I have no idea how you go from Peter Guns to Marcos Crespo, but we're gonna make it work. Is the Bronx in the house? Let me hear the people in the back. Is the Bronx in the house? Just wanna make sure you paid attention. So I wanna take a minute, point of privilege here. On behalf of Dr. Philip Oswin, the entire Montefiore Einstein family, we're incredibly proud to be a part of Bronx Week year after year. But I need to clarify something. Everybody keeps asking me, what is it that you and Ruben do at Montefiore? And I need to just let you know, so if you have had either yourself or a loved one get exceptional care, maybe we saved your life or set you on a path for better health, or you love your doctors, or you've had a great experience, then I'm the person you call and let us know so that we can track that progress. But if your experience was anything less than that, you call Ruben Diaz Jr. And that explains our roles there. On a serious note, when we started talking about Bronx Week, we mentioned this theme of storytelling and how important it is that Bronxites speak up for the Bronx and represent the Bronx in positive ways, so that the only stories that get out are not the shootings and the fires, but rather the success stories. And what better storyteller than a young dynamic Boricua who grew up here in the borough, who got a degree in journalism and went on to conquer the industry. Someone who has exemplified with grace and authenticity what it means to tell the greatest stories happening around the world, from the front lines or behind the desk or on millions of televisions across our communities. She has always carried herself with exceptional dignity, done an incredible job, a multiple Emmy Award winner, clap it up for her. Someone who is not only an incredible woman of faith, a family, an amazing journalist, but more importantly, and not just a proud Boricua, but a Bronxite with swag. I'm talking about none other than Darlene Rodriguez. Cue the video.
I was born at Jacoby Hospital in the Bronx on Pelham Parkway. We lived in Soundview. I went to Catholic school. There's always these images in my head of like when you grew up and the neighborhoods and the people and the deli on the corner and the person's dog next door, that sort of thing. So it was, as much as, you know, we lived in a big building, it was very typical. You know, everybody kind of knew you and you knew everyone else. My mother watched the news all the time. And I really didn't always understand the content, but I knew it was important because of the way she paid attention. So I knew that's what I wanted to do. My mother raised me with this confidence where when I said what I wanted to do, I wanted to be a TV journalist, she was like, oh, of course. Well, then you're gonna be just as good as Barbara Walters. After I graduated high school, I went to Iona College. I knew I wanted to continue broadcast journalism, so I transferred and I went to the University of Miami. But when I came back here to New York, that's when I realized, oh my God, it's hard to get a job in broadcast journalism. It's nearly impossible. I saw an ad that Bronxnet had taken out. I showed up without an appointment when they were still unpacking boxes and convinced him somehow to give me a job. Let me tell you, I'm gonna give it to Bronxnet because this was brand new, okay, in our little borough here, and we had photographers, they had a car. So, you know, you went to a story and you were legit. There was an ad for WCBS News Radio 88 for a radio reporter. I had never done radio, and I went and applied, and they said, okay, we'll give you a chance. One day I was on a story at Bellevue Hospital. Somebody did something to somebody and we were waiting for them outside, and Chuck Gomez, who was a reporter at Channel 4 NBC New York at the time, he and I started talking, and he said, you should really try TV. So he introduced me to somebody at WNBC, and that was it. To receive any kind of recognition is special, but I mean, there's no words. I can't even believe it. This is such a tremendous honor, and I want everyone to know how much I value it, how much it means to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome an exemplary Bronxite, a journalism legend, and your 2026 Bronx Walk of Fame inductee, Darlene Rodriguez.
Thinking of a master plan. This ain't nothing but sweat inside my hands. So I dig into my pocket, all my money spent. So I get deeper, but still coming up with lint. So I start my mission, leave my residence thinking.
The mic is for tall people, right? Can I? Is that okay? Okay, thanks. Hi, guys. Thank you so much. Marco, thank you so much. I'm beyond thrilled to be here. I want to thank the Bronx Economic Development Corporation, Vanessa Gibson. Bronx Borough President's a baddie, by the way, okay? She's a baddie. The kind words, the honor, seeing my name on that sign this morning was really a surreal experience. It felt like they were talking about somebody else. And it made me think of all the familiar places for me. Evergreen Avenue, Stratford Avenue, Westchester Avenue, Van Ness, Morris Park, Taylor Avenue, PS 108, Christopher Columbus High School. I knew I had some of you from there. I learned the most important lessons of my life in those places. I learned that this journey will not be easy, but it will be worth it. That adversity will accompany me always, because I was born poor, female, Puerto Rican in the Bronx. That's right. I was raised by a single mother, so statistically, I was destined to fail, right? Well, when I was little, I told adults that I wanted to do this job, and I was told by many, why don't you choose something a little more realistic? A professor at the University of Miami told me, you'll never work in television with that accent. I said, what accent is she talking about? I got no accent. It's when you leave New York, you realize how New York you sound. But despite all of that, I knew Bronx women are warriors, and I was raised by a Bronx woman. My mother had high standards for me, so high I thought they were unattainable sometimes. She placed value on intelligence and achievement. She gave me the confidence to not just meet the goal, but to be great. Not just to belong, but to be a leader. Coming from the Bronx, we're underdogs, right? But somehow everybody wants to be like us. Isn't that funny how that works? My fellow honorees, Darren, Lenny, Phantom, Jimmy, you are all cultural icons. What we share is that this is always home. The Bronx raised us. When we were down, when we had nothing, these are the people, our community, that showed us love and stood in our corner, unrelenting. I'm grateful to everybody in this room who has shown me support and encouragement. I feel a responsibility, and I want you to know this, I feel a responsibility every day to make you proud and to make sure that the stories of our people, people from the Bronx, people of color, immigrants, are told with compassion and respect. To my family, my husband, my children, my best friend and brother, you give me my strength every morning. Everything I do is for you. And I want to thank you for being all in with me all the time on this journey. You are my everything. This morning, a journalist asked me for some advice, and we talked, and I said to her, you know what, just know that you can go into any room and you can sit at any table and don't let anyone keep you out. But what I did think of is a quote from a meme that I saw on Instagram, and it said, believe in yourself like the people in the Bronx believe in the Bronx. Thank you, guys.
The roller, this is a holer. Ain't nothing funny, stop smiling. You still don't nothing move but the money. But now I learn to earn cause I'm righteous. I feel great, so maybe I might just search for a 9 to 5. If I strive, then maybe I'll stay alive. So I walk up the street, whistling this, feeling out of place, cause man do I.
And a big shout out to Bronxnet, doing a great job tonight. Big shout out to Bronxnet. Look where you can go. You can really go anywhere. As we continue tonight's celebration, it is now time for our third inductee, another Bronx native who has made extraordinary impact in music and culture. Our third inductee, Lenny S. Presenting his award tonight is Winston Peters, president of the Bronx Economic Corporation.
Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up. All the way up. All the way up. All the way up. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. What you want, show it what you.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the Bronx Economic Development Corporation, it is an honor to recognize a visionary leader in music, culture, and entertainment, Lenny S. Not yet, Lenny, not yet. Yes, you are in the music industry, and yes, your title is music executive, but you do so much more. You make people's dreams happen and you make their ideas happen. With integrity, a level of humbleness, there is no job too big, there is no job too small that you would do, all while proudly representing the Bronx. Tonight, we proudly welcome Lenny S. into the Bronx Walk of Fame. Congrats, Lenny. Please cue the video.
I checked the email telling me that I'm gonna be inducted into the Bronx Walk of Fame and have a street sign with my name on it. This just means like the world. Yes, I'm from the Bronx, born in Puerto Rico, but I was raised in the Bronx. Our parents worked. We kind of learned things pretty quickly and grew up pretty fast. My first introduction to hip hop, obviously through the Bronx. I heard it in the early 80s. I was really young though. Run DMC was probably my first taste of hip hop that made me a full believer that, you know, it was possible. They look like me, they walk like me, they talk like me, or rather I did like them, you know? It felt like culture. It's something I had to be a part of. So from an early age, man, 11, 12, 13, I was already pursuing, or I thought I was, I guess, pursuing the music business. I didn't know what it consisted of. I didn't know what kind of roles there were in that field. I just know I wanted to be a part of it, and that began my journey. I had some friends in my neighborhood, The Legion, they were a hip hop group out of the Bronx. We decided we want to promote our friends. How can we do that? We would make like 2,000 stickers and we would go out and start plastering everything around. Now Electra Records is coming to us and Def Jam Records. They're now approaching us like, oh, you guys do the street promotion, huh? And then we started getting like accounts. I immediately quit my job only to find out there was no pay. These days, you know, I manage DJ Khaled. I want my focus to be in one place or just not spread out. It allows me to think as big as I want. Outside of my children, this is my biggest accomplishment. To have my name on the street sign on the Grand Concourse is, I'm sorry, I'm good. I could retire.
Lenny.
What time it was? We have to tell you a little story about where we come from.
South Bronx, the South Bronx, South Bronx, the South.
If the Bronx is in the building, put the X up and make some more noise out there for Lenny S one time.
South Bronx.
Many people tell me this style is terrific. It is kind of different, but let's...
How y'all doing, everybody? Sorry. Oh man, this is pretty surreal for me. I'll be short. I'm not a man of a lot of words. Actually a shy guy. I work behind the scenes. I've been in the music business 30 years now. I started in 1996, so this year makes 30 years. Getting this honor is, besides my beautiful children, one of the best accomplishments for me that I've ever made. The Bronx means everything to me. I was raised by a single mom and my grandmother. I was with my mom during the week, my grandmother on the weekend. They both chipped in so that I could go to school and pay for my Catholic school. I went to St. Margaret Mary. I went to Monsignor Scanlon High School right up the road. Spent 4 of the best years of my life there. And right out of high school, had no money for college. I probably wasn't even smart enough to get in college, and I chased and pursued the music business. And I happened to make a mark in it. And I just hope I made the culture proud. I hope I made the Bronx proud. And I hope I made hip hop proud, and I just want to thank everybody. Thank you.
No one outside there knew what time it was. We have to tell you a little story about where we come from.
South Bronx, the South Bronx, South Bronx, the South Bronx, South Bronx, the South Bronx, South Bronx, the South Bronx.
Many people tell me this style is terrific. It is kind of different, but let's get specific. KRS-One specialize in music. I'll only use this type of style when I choose it. Party people in a place to be. KRS-One attacked. You got dropped off MCA cause the rhymes you wrote was whack. So you think that hip-hop had its start out in Queensbridge? If you pop that junk up in the Bronx, you might not live, cause you're in
South Bronx, the South Bronx, South Bronx, the South Bronx.
Another hand for Lenny S, everybody. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce our fourth inductee tonight, Roberto Phantom Escanio. Phantom, you know him as Phantom online. He's been an amazing contributor to what entertainment is today. Digital entertainment, streaming, social media, he's doing it all, inspiring millions of people around the world, proudly representing the Bronx everywhere he goes, proudly representing La República Dominicana as well. Big ups, my Dominican people. I hear you out there too. We love y'all too out here. Sorry you couldn't make it, but we love you too. Next time, we'll get you a seat. Presenting his award is a friend and former executive assistant, Freinet Familia.
Yeah!
All right. If everyone could take a moment to chill out so I can do this because I'm nervous. I write speeches for other people, not myself. All right. Good evening, everyone. Thank you to the Bronx Tourism Council, Bronx Borough President, the sponsors, the guests, the family, the folks who came out here tonight to celebrate the amazing work of all of these inductees. And it's truly an honor to present this Bronx Walk of Fame award to someone who's made a tremendous impact in entertainment, digital media, and youth culture, Roberto Phantom Escanio. Phantom is someone who, from the start, knew that he could make an impact. He unknowingly never doubted it, but he was right. Before AMP, before streaming was popular, before he could cause a frenzy by just posting his location, he was recording and editing videos in an apartment on the Grand Concourse. I found him at this stage where he posted videos about Bronx culture, about chopped cheeses before the Phantom tax. And for once, I saw the potential for my own neighborhood in the South Bronx to be known globally, not for negative stories, but for its culture, talent, and resiliency. Within a few years, my friend was no longer riding his black Honda Accord, his grown purchase. He was now in Atlanta, LA, all over the world, shaking hands with people I could never imagine. And when his fame grew, the first thing he did was take care of his family. And I don't believe, yes, they're right here too. So. And I don't believe he nor anyone really give him the credit he deserves. Just this past winter, we organized our first giveaway with the new Troop for Tomorrow Foundation that he created, giving away hundreds of toys, coats, book bags, and so much more to young students in the Bronx who really needed it. Without much recognition, without the praise, this is Phantom. He's savvy, goal-oriented, and of course, really funny. AMP was his creation, and I kept seeing at every turn how he would uplift others around him without a second thought, while never being recognized for his own contributions, and he never asked for it, until he told me he wanted his name on the street. For years, me, a city council staffer, would tell him to die first, because that's the rule. But he deserves his flowers while he can still smell them, and there's no better way to do that than to adorn the concourse where it all started, with his name and legacy, so that every kid walking by knows that the Bronx breeds greatness. Welcome to the Bronx Walk of Fame, Robertico. Ready for the video?
So I stream. I'm a streamer. My family's from Dominican Republic. I'm a Bronx baby. I'm a Bronx child. 167th on Grand Concourse. I went to a lot of schools in the Bronx. I went from Around the Clock Nursery, PS 85, Our Lady of Mercy, Christ the King, and then Entrada Academy near Simpson. You know, my mom moved around a lot too, so she always made sure that I got the best education possible. I ended up graduating from AECI, Architectural, Engineering, and Construction Industry. Favorite places that I loved growing up, the deli, you feel me? The Bronx Zoo, the 161 movie theaters, Mullally Park, Crotona, Van Cortlandt in the summer. I go on and on. The BX is basically, I feel like it's a melting pot of cultures. I'm surrounded not only by my culture, but many different cultures that we all make the Bronx what it is today. I think the Bronx shaped a lot when it comes to my drive and my motivation. And that grind, that grit, that hustle, that's what makes me who I am. Me being like a, I guess, first generation immigrant family, you know, immigrant families work hard. You know what I'm saying? They work hard to even get to the country. And then on top of that, they work even harder when they're here. So when I started doing content, it was something that wasn't familiar. I'm in a room, I got a microphone, I got a camera, I'm speaking to myself. My mom knows nothing of it, you know what I'm saying? She doesn't understand it, but I just fell in love with the art of creating. I fell in love with making people laugh, making sure that people had a good time. They watched my video, got off my video, and just be like, wow. I always try to implement Bronx culture and just Bronx energy into my content. I've always been giving back to the Bronx. Even before I had like a major platform, as I've grown, we created Troop for Tomorrow Foundation. The first moment I heard like Bronx Walk of Fame, I'm just like, it's an honor to even think about the Bronx legends, to share like that excellence, that Bronx excellence, and know that there's some people out there that feel like I got that badge. That's a good feeling. To be inducted into the Bronx Walk of Fame, it's like top tier for me.
So proud of you, and I'm really proud to present this award to you.
Running to the other side when it's time to leave my life. Then it tries to take me out. Tell you what I need, right? Yeah, I really need time now. I need to free my now. I really need my now. I need to free my mind now.
First off, can I get a yer? I like you like that. Yeah. Alright, so first off, I want to thank the Most High for allowing me to be here. I want to thank everybody that had a say in me being acknowledged in the Bronx Walk of Fame. So appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Growing up as a Bronx child, some of my earliest memories are playing ball in Mullally Park, going to the corner store to get dollar sandwiches, movie theaters on 161, Teteos on Jerome, and Fritura on Webster. You feel me? Respectfully. Being raised in the Bronx taught me to always strive for greatness and to never settle for less. Never forget where you come from, and don't be ashamed of where you come from. I rep the X because I love what the Bronx means to me. I'm a little nervous, my fault, you feel me? I be streaming, but when it's all in your face, it's a little different, but I love everybody here, facts. Listen, I'm gonna end it off like this. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. And as I always say, why give up today when tomorrow might be the day you win? BX forever, BX for life. I love y'all so much. Thank you.
Por eso es que yo digo que esa negra tiene swing y baila y goza, qué lindo, y tiene y baila y goza, qué lindo. Rafa, pero qué swing, y no me la doy, manito.
DJ Spinfo, you know exactly what you're doing over there. Phantom, another applause for Phantom. Congratulations. And he's 100% right. People think because like you talk on TV or he's doing his stream like you could do this. It's different when people could see you and react in real time to what you're saying. It's nerve-wracking. Moving now to our fifth inductee, we want to honor an extraordinary individual who captured the hearts of our community. Jimmy Rodriguez, the recipient of this year's People Choice Award. Yes, you named the restaurants, Jimmy's Cafe, Don Coqui. I mean, amazing restaurateur here in the city. And now to present the award is Andrew Ridgey, Executive Director of the New York City Hospitality Alliance.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Can we give a round of applause to all the honorees? Everyone having fun? This is the People's Choice. So, on behalf of the New York City Hospitality Alliance, my name is Andrew Ridgey, and it is a tremendous, tremendous honor to present this year's Bronx Walk of Fame People's Choice Award recipient for culinary to my friend, Jimmy Rodriguez. I will tell you, my organization, we represent thousands of restaurants, bars, and nightclubs in neighborhoods across all the 5 boroughs. But I will tell you, there is no other Jimmy Rodriguez. Raised in the South Bronx, I heard that Jimmy, when he was young, was selling seafood with his father. This is in his blood, in his DNA. From those beginnings, he went on to own Jimmy's Bronx Cafe, which became a gathering place for celebrities, athletes, musicians, politicians, business leaders, dignitaries, Bronxites, and people from all over. He's not only owned countless hospitality businesses, but he's also become deeply, deeply respected in the community, among his peers, and among everyone he meets. He supports countless charities. He sponsored more than 100 Little Leagues and creates networking opportunities for small business all over the borough. You know, when we talk about restaurants, when we talk about food, it's what connects people to their cultures. It's what connects people to each other. And through food, culture, and community, Jimmy has brought people together proudly and represented the spirit of the Bronx. Jimmy is larger than life. Jimmy is in restaurants, he's in nightlife, and he is in hospitality, which means that he is in the service of others. There is no greater honor than winning the People's Choice Award because it comes directly from all of you, the people. Jimmy is the people's champ. We're gonna watch this video, and then we are gonna bring up the one and only Jimmy Rodriguez.
I am Jimmy Rodriguez from the Bronx, born and raised. Restaurateur, entrepreneur, life coach, motivator. The people have spoken. This award is the People's Award, and I'm so happy and honored and humbled. I'm a high school dropout. But then I went to SBU, South Bronx University. And in this beautiful borough, I've learned so many life lessons, and I continue to learn all these beautiful life lessons. I'm selling fish in the street with my father on Westchester and Bronx River Avenue, and then opening up Marisco del Caribe on Webster Avenue. The banks didn't believe in lending minority or black or restaurateurs in the Bronx, even though I was proven to be a successful restaurateur, overcoming, that situation, and then building the largest Puerto Rican restaurant, nightclub, banquet hall in the country, where people came from all around the world to celebrate their moments, their birthdays, their anniversaries. You had to visit Jimmy's. Fidel Castro, we had David Bowie, we had Derek Jeter, we had the whole Yankee crew, we had players from all around the world, Shaquille O'Neal, the list goes on. We had J-Lo, Fat Joe, Big Pun, Mary J, Angie Martinez, and that allowed me to open up Jimmy's Uptown in Harlem and Jimmy's Downtown on 57th and City Island, and then we did Sofrito. 20 plus venues, 40 years later. I just continue to evolve. And I love what I do because it's not a job. I surround myself with people that like to take the shot, that believe in themselves, that motivate me to win. I'm humble, truly humble, and I'm honored to have been chosen by you, the people of the Bronx, this beautiful borough that shaped me, that made me. Thank you.
People's Choice Award, Jimmy Rodriguez.
But if it wasn't for the Bronx, now if it wasn't for the Bronx,
Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up.
We're gonna dance with Jimmy for about 40 seconds, y'all. Make some noise for Jimmy one time.
Play at the J, the I, the M, the M, the Y, the J, the I, the M at Jimmy. At Jimmy.
One more time, one more time.
Where do I begin? It started about 45 years ago. And let me start with first saying, ¿Qué pasa? This is true. Bienvenido todo el mundo. You know, I'm so honored, first of all. Can I get a year? This is such an honor for me to be recognized and chosen by the people. This is not my award, this is your award. And I want to dedicate it to my father. 26 years ago, he took off and says, you got this. And I've been doing this now for 45 years and 20 plus locations. The Bronx made me. It molded me. It taught me a lot of lessons, a lot of obstacles. I was able to overcome like so many situations that I would have never thought that I could overcome. But you know what? I wake up every day saying there's going to be 10 O's a day, 10 obstacles. And that makes me and gives me the power and strength to stay positive every single day. This award means so much because the people chose me. And funny story, I was telling Vanessa 2 years ago, where's Darlene? Why hasn't she been recognized? I'm a big fan of Darlene Rodriguez. Her work is great, it speaks for itself. And I'm like, why haven't we recognized her? And to see, and I was so happy to find out that she was being honored, and then to be alongside and have two Rodriguezes on the Grand Concourse. Hey! Lenny, your work speaks for itself. I mean, I'm so proud of you. All the honorees here today, and to be recognized with so many great legends. 2 years ago, I went up to Amadeus after hearing his speech and seeing all the work he did, and I says, it would be an honor for me to take a picture with you. And he says, are you kidding me? Legend? I would be honored to take a picture with you. And now I'm part of this group. And to my brother Peter Guns, if it wasn't for the Bronx, this rap shit wouldn't be going on. To my family, my friends, my team, my daughter. Look at her right there. I'm so proud of her. This morning, unveiling the sign, my father helped, because out of all the signs, I was the only one that wasn't able to pull it. My dad helped. It fell off. He pulled it. He says, it's not your turn, it's mine. So this is why this honor is important to give it to him, because from up there, he turned around and he took over. I'm so proud. I'm so honored. This means the world to me because I wake up every day trying to create memories and moments for so many people, as I will in a little while, by the way, till 4 in the morning. So that being said, I'm so honored to be part of a great group of guys and women and so many friends that says, you know what, I had to come to the Bronx Ball because you were being honored. And even Ruben Diaz says, you know what? I didn't get to honor you. That's the only regret I have. And I said, that was God's choice, not yours. So today, you know, this week. I'm so honored and thank God for everything that he's been able to accomplish. To my brother Steve, that he's not here today because he's working, and the rest of my family that couldn't be here, I accept this on behalf of my dad, and thank you so much.
Hey, work all the day, now we ready to play. At the J, the I, the M, the N, the Y, the J, the I, the M, at Jimmy. At Jimmy.
And I gotta thank my sister Vanessa Gibson.
But if it wasn't for the Bronx, now if it wasn't for the Bronx,
Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up.
from the Bronx.
Hey, work all the day, now we ready to play. At the J, the I, the M, the N, the Y, the J, the I, the M, at Jimmy. At Jimmy.
Can we get another year for Jimmy? All right, he's tall. He is taller than me. That is a fact. There we go. All right. We now want to honor a truly distinguished leader. And remember, guys, let's take a seat, listen up. We want to honor a truly distinguished leader and public servant, former Bronx Borough President, Honorable Robert Abrams, tonight's recipient of the Key to the Borough. Remember, he is the man who started Bronx Day that would eventually turn into Bronx Week, and now we pretty much celebrate Bronx Week for an entire month or something like that, right? So now to present the Key to the Borough is Bronx Borough President, Vanessa Gibson.
Si te quieres divertir.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, are we having a good time? Are we having a good time? Let me get a yeah. All right, you're still with me. Before I get to the recipient of the Key to the Borough, shh, shh. We are winding down, folks. Let me take a quick moment of recognition to give the incredible appreciation that is so deserving of my team at the office of the Bronx Borough President. Can you give my team members a round of applause? Thank you to all of my team members for the great work you do every day showing up for our borough, hardworking public servants that are about getting work done with intention and purpose. I want to acknowledge our Chief of Staff, Justin Cortez. Thank you, Justin, for all that you do. I appreciate you so much. To my Deputy Chief of Staff, to Gabby Sonberg and Tom Lucania, thank you, and the entire team. The comms team did so much work over the last several weeks to get Bronx Week celebration up and running. I would not have been able to do all this work without the incredible staff at the comms unit. So thank you to Michael Ivory, to Layla, to Gabe, and to Josh, and to everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor as Bronx Borough President, as number 14, I'm so grateful for the opportunity to nominate someone each year to receive the illustrious Key to the Borough. This individual chosen each year exemplifies Bronx excellence and has demonstrated a commitment, compassion for uplifting our borough and showcasing our communities in a positive light. And this year, we have the honor of presenting the Key to the Borough to our very own, the Honorable Bob Abrams. Long before he became a statewide elected official, he was at the core of his career a champion for this borough. At a time when our borough faced serious challenges, he brought not just leadership, but hope and energy and a deep belief in our potential. He understood that the Bronx was more than headlines, but we are a borough of neighborhoods, families, culture, and communities. One of his most meaningful contributions, and one that continues to define our civic pride, was the revival of Bronx Day. What had once been a small annual event reimagined, expanded, and elevated. Under his leadership, Bronx Day grew into something much bigger than anyone could imagine, what we now proudly know as Bronx Week. And now it's 2 weeks. Shh. By transforming this celebration, Bob Abrams gave us more than a festival, but he gave us a tradition, legacy that honors our diversity, showcases our talent, and brings together Bronxites from every corner of our borough. Bronx Week has become an enduring symbol of who we are: creative, innovative, resilient, strong, united, and Bronx proud. So today we reflect on that history and we look towards our future. We pay tribute to a leader who saw the greatness of the Bronx long before it was popular to do so. Bob Abrams stands as a reminder of what true public service looks like: a vision, commitment, and an unwavering belief in the people that he serves. We thank him for his legacy, for the leadership, and for helping to build the foundation of the borough we celebrate today. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome our 2026 key to this great borough, our very own Bob Abrams, the Honorable Bob Abrams.
One very special person.
I was born in the Bronx. I was a resident of the Bronx. I was educated in the Bronx. I was married in the Bronx. I was elected to public office from the Bronx. You launched my entire career, and I love the Bronx. I love the diversity of the Bronx. Let me tell you how we reinstituted Bronx Day. I was borough president a short time, and I was walking around one day and I saw a storage closet. I said, "What's in there?" Somebody got me a key. I opened the door. There were a lot of boxes. I started sifting through the boxes. I saw a flyer. It said Bronx Day. I said, "What's this?" I did a little research. And I found out that for a long time, there was the celebration of Bronx Day. It started with the borough president, Henry Bruckner, and it continued with James J. Lyons, but it stopped. It ended in 1935. I said to myself, wait a minute. This is an opportunity. Let's revive Bronx Day. It's a chance for us to get on the map again. The press was ignoring us. Anytime you'd see the Bronx in the news, it would be in a negative fashion. This was an opportunity to strut our stuff. And so we started Bronx Day in 1971. We had 10,000 marchers in a parade. We made the front page of the New York Times. People came to me and said, "Bob, this lit a spark in the neighborhoods of the Bronx." And so we decided that one day wasn't enough. So in 1972, we started Bronx Week. This time there were 36,000 marches. This time the West Point Army Band led the parade. This time there were 300 floats and units in the parade. This time there were 100,000 people that lined the Grand Concourse. And throughout the communities, there was the opportunity to tell the world of what the Bronx is all about. Our universities, our colleges, our healthcare institutions, our community organizations, the Little Leagues, the Bronx Bombers, the Yankees, the Bronx Zoo, the Bronx Botanical Garden, and on and on and on. And so we were able to demonstrate to the world that we're strong, we're united. What it also and most importantly showed the people of the Bronx, that we have mutual respect for one another, that we mutually like one another, and that we are united together. And so I say, long live the Bronx, long live Bronx Week, ever after. Let's go.
Tried to get away, but I couldn't get far, cause a man with a tow truck repossessed my car. Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going.
I'd like to ask our former borough presidents, number 12, Adolfo Carillon Jr., and number 13, Ruben Diaz Jr., to please join me on stage to present our very own, the Honorable Bob Abrams, with the key to the borough for 2026.
Stories to the girls back home. She went to the city and got so did it. She had to get a pimp, she couldn't make it on her own. Push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
My brother's doing fast on my mother's TV. Says she watches too much, it's just not healthy. All my...
Yeah! Throw your hands in the air right now, man. Feel it.
We're standing in order. Number 9, number 12, 13, and 14. It is what it is.
Showbiz born law. Yeah. Yo. I don't give a fuck about your faults or mishaps. We from the New York, things happen. Kids clapping, love to spark the place. Half the cats in the squad got a scar on their face. It's a cold world and this is ice. Half a meal for the charm, brother, this is life. Got the phantom in front of the building, Trinity, yeah. 10 years been legit, they still figure me bad. As a young, was too much to cope with.
All right, once again, we congratulate the Honorable Bob Abrams on receiving the key to the borough for 2026, for his legacy, for starting a tradition, for the great idea, and never giving up on our borough. One more round of applause for Bob Abrams. And thank you to my former borough presidents, Adolfo Carillon Jr. and Ruben Diaz Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, as we continue the program, we're going to honor amazing cultural institutions that we are so proud of. But before we get to that, I want to call up and acknowledge a friend, citywide elected official, someone I had the honor of serving with in the New York City Council for 8 years, as well as serving as fellow borough presidents. He always acknowledged that the Bronx is the best, and he is here with us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome our New York City Comptroller, Mark Levine.
All right, okay, I don't dance, no way, I just take my Louis rag, I don't wear around.
All right, I'm the money guy now, so we got Cream. I love that. Thank you for that walk-on song. Les tengo una sorpresa. Este blanquito les va a hablar en español. ¿Qué les parece? Miren, yo estoy casado con unos boricua. Me como arroz y habichuelas todos los días, para que lo sepan. Por eso estoy bien fuerte. All right, I'm going to do English now. Happy Bronx Week, everybody. I'm 5 boroughs now, but I can fully admit there's no Manhattan Week. There's no Staten Island Week. The Bronx does it right. Actually, it's 2 weeks, and it would not have happened this year without the amazing leadership of my literal best friend in politics, your borough president, Vanessa Gibson. Where is she? And I'm gonna say it right now, the best borough president in America. I love her, I love her. And by the way, you got the best district attorney in America too. Give it up for Darcel Clark. Amazing leaders. So I know I'm a Manhattan guy, but I got Bronx cred because I began my career on 146th Street and Willis Avenue. Anybody know where that is? As a teacher at Elijah D. Clark Junior High School 149. And the most famous graduate of that school is none other than your former borough president, Ruben Diaz Jr. That's right, that's right. Give it up for Clark, Ruben. I'm not that old, I didn't teach him, but that's his school. This is a borough of strivers, of risk takers, of innovators, of creative geniuses. There is so much talent in the Bronx. You deserve investment to meet that talent. And as your comptroller, we are going to put money into this borough. We're going to invest in housing, in economic development, in businesses in this borough. You deserve it. You need it. I believe in the Bronx. That is my commitment to you as your comptroller. I could not be more honored to represent you in the role of Chief Financial Officer. I want you to know I will be your partner here on the ground in the Bronx. Así que una vez más, yo les quiero mucho. El condado de la salsa, el condado del merengue. A ver si me bailo después. BX, baby. Thank you. I love you guys.
Swing, swing, swing. All right, okay. I don't dance, no way. I just take my Louis rag, I don't wear it around my neck. Take my Gucci rag, I don't wear it around my neck. All right, okay.
He walked off the stage saying, "You didn't know I could do that, did you?" Oh, fantastic. Great job, great job. Tonight we proudly want to present, we only have 2 more awards left, and then we're going to party, go to the back, DJ, music, and all. All right. Tonight we proudly present a Bronx Tourism Award to the Bronx Children's Museum. Recently inducted, by the way, into the prestigious New York City Cultural Institutions Group. So presenting the award is Arlene Bascom, the chair, board of directors for the Bronx Children's Museum.
Thank you, everyone. Good evening. It's my pleasure to present this year's Bronx Tourism Award to an organization near and dear to my heart. An organization that inspires, educates, and the children and their families throughout the entire borough of the Bronx Children's Museum. Through creativity, culture, and hands-on learning experiences, the museum has become a treasured destination for our families while helping to strengthen tourism and cultural engagements in the Bronx. Tonight, please help me. We proudly recognize the Bronx Children's Museum and its leadership and its executive leader, Denise Rosario, I do say, and the rest of the leadership team for their outstanding contributions to our community. Congratulations, and help me to congratulate them on a well-deserved honor, the Bronx Children's Museum. Woohoo!
Thank you. We're so honored at the Bronx Children's Museum for this honor. Thank you to the Bronx Economic Development Corporation and also to our borough president, Vanessa Gibson. Thank you. Today is a really special day for us because we're not just celebrating this award, but also 20 years of working toward this. For 20 years. 20 years. We opened our doors a little bit over 3 years ago, and we were the last borough to get a children's museum, but we're the borough with the biggest heart. We have the best job. We get to introduce children to the Bronx. To the Bronx. So every day, children come into the museum and they get to see the casita, they get to put their hands in the Harlem River, and they get to celebrate everything that the Bronx has to offer. By having a museum in the Bronx, we tell kids that they matter, we give mothers a safe place to heal, and we tell families that they're special because we're in the Bronx. But this wasn't done just by myself. We did this with our team. So the people here today are people who have been building the Bronx Children's Museum for years, but also a lot of others. Like the first funding we ever got was from former Bronx Borough President Adolfo Serrano. And thank you for that. And then a former Borough President, Ruben Diaz, took that on. And then he passed the baton to Vanessa Gibson. and she made sure our doors opened. So thank you for celebrating the Bronx Children's Museum, and thank you for celebrating children in the Bronx.
You're just getting started. Sit back and relax your mind. Get back up and exercise. Close your eyes and meditate. Today's gonna be a better day than it was yesterday. It's not chosen. No more day in my life. It's my moment. Every door that was closed, now it's open. Now it's open. Now it's open. Look up in the sky, what you see? Oh, that's a star. Oh, yeah, that's me. Focus on my vision and my peace. And if they say you can't, just tell them that I'm never giving up. You're not done. I'm just getting started. You're just getting started. Never giving up.
Let's give them another round of applause. Have you gotten water or anything? You've been standing up here the whole time. You tired? You want a chair or something? Are we almost done? We have one more award and then we're done. Then we're gonna party and hang on in the back. All right. Our next tourism award recipient is Pregones Theater, another proud member of the New York City Cultural Institutions Group. So presenting the award is Jesus Lopez Jensen, Executive Director of Bronx Council on the Arts.
You're just getting started.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jesus Lopez Jensen, Executive Director of the Bronx Council on the Arts. Tonight, I have the special honor of presenting this year's Bronx Tourism Award to an institution that has helped shape the cultural identity of our borough, the iconic Pregones Puerto Rican Traveling Theater. For decades, Pregones PRTT has uplifted Bronx voices through the arts, storytelling, music, and theater, while creating a space where culture and community thrive. Their impact on the Bronx and on New York City's cultural landscape are immeasurable. Tonight, we recognize and proudly celebrate Pregones PRTT, so please join me in congratulating them.
Good evening, Bronx. We first want to thank our Borough President, Vanessa Gibson, and all of the former Borough Presidents here tonight. Without all of you, we would not be here tonight, so thank you.
Thank you to the Bronx Economic Development Corporation and the Bronx Tourism Council.
We are absolutely thrilled to accept the 2026 Bronx Tourism Award for showcasing our borough as a place of artistic excellence, excelencia artística, and community pride.
We are also thrilled to share tonight's spotlight with the Bronx Children's Museum. Both of our organizations were recently named to the New York City Cultural Institutions Group.
It has been a banner couple of years for Pregones. This past January, we were honored with an OBI award recognizing theater as a powerful incubator of innovation of new plays.
And last year, a Drama Desk Award recognized us as a powerhouse producer of Latinx theater across 2 New York City stages. But tonight, we're celebrating the exact borough where it all came to be and that we proudly call home.
We were born in 1979, and we started as a grassroots colectivo or ensemble, touring in the back of a van throughout the country before laying down roots right at home in the Bronx. In 2005, we inaugurated our own now historic theater on Walton Avenue, Then in 2014, we merged with the legendary Puerto Rican Traveling Theater founded in 1967 by our beloved friend, mentor, and stage film icon, Miriam Colon.
Together, we have raised an unbreakable cultural bridge from the vibrant blocks of the Bronx straight to the heart of Manhattan's Times Square Theater District. Over the decades, we have clocked more than 200 premieres, 700 guest artists, and 1,500 tour dates.
We are a cultural anchor. We pay and support our local artists, our technicians, our full-time staff, acting as a true generator for Bronx economic vitality.
Our artists and audience members find at Pregones an authentic space for dialogue, learning, and community building. We build an atmosphere of warmth and unfailing hospitality for everyone who walks through our doors.
So thank you, each one of you. Thank you, Borough President Vanessa Gibson. Thank you for all the support throughout the years.
Enjoy the Bronx Ball.
Son mejor que los de ayer. Compárenme en criticones. Hoy te dedico mis mejores pregones. Si no me quieren en vida, cuando muera no me lloren. Hoy te dedico mis mejores pregones. Yo te canto de la vida, olvida tu pena y tus dolores. Hoy te dedico mis mejores pregones. Baila si quiere bailar, canta si quiere cantar, mamá. Hoy te dedico.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we close tonight's program, I just want to thank you guys so much for having me and letting me be here with you. Listen, I saw Jimmy dancing over there, so I know we got to end the program now. I see him over there. We're going to the back. We're going to continue to party. Tonight we celebrated excellence, culture, leadership, and creativity in our community. I want to say congratulations again to Darren Henson, Darlene Rodriguez, Lenny S., Phantom, Jimmy Rodriguez, Robert Abrams, the Bronx Children's Museum, and of course, Pregones Theater. Come on now. Come on. It's a long night. It's a long night. Your impact continues to inspire generations and, of course, elevate the Bronx on a global stage. It is truly a privilege to be here as your MC tonight. Before we close, don't forget the Bronx Week finale is happening tomorrow. Remy Ma's performing, so you're going to want to go to that. And let's continue the celebrations. We're going to have live music out back, DJ Spinfo, Everything Cover Band, DJ King Louie, all taking over. Guys, enjoy the night. And always remember, the Bronx doesn't follow trends, the Bronx leads. Have a great night. And see you Monday morning, 4:30 in the morning.
'Cause I'm up now, so let's make sure the day you to forget.